Okay, this is day 50, and this is part one, and this is my Twitter account, Truth Leaks. And you notice I've spent a lot of time on this Chappaqua home. The person who originally is found up here in 1998, the headquarters of Hillary Clinton, is going to be Andrew McCabe. It's going to be sort of an FBI headquarters ever since then to now, for the last 20 years. The person that buys it and still owns it is a guy named Peter. Not Peter Strokes, although he may have used that or be on that shared email of Peter Strokes, but it's going to be a guy named Peter Burgess. Peter Burgess. He's going to be very important. He's the one he was challenged, or Obama challenged Hannity to a debate with. Peter Burgess. It'll be very important. Start doing data collection on Peter Burgess. I've really kind of gone through all the different issues of the day this morning. The slush fund. The slush fund that these congressmen have, this unknown slush fund that went 20 years, 20 years. Nobody knew about the slush fund. Well, Deep Finance knew about the slush fund. Deep Finance in Conyers Group knew about the slush fund. The Judiciary Committee knew about the slush fund. Bob Goodlatte, and I think I might have said that about 120 days ago. 274 cases, $70 million. Do you think Teresa Grafenstein would know about that? Teresa Grafenstein, are you aware of a slush fund? Now, the other thing about this slush fund is we don't really know who the victims are. We're going to discover who the victims are, because I could just have girls get on the train, the Blue Line in Springfield, come all the way, get out of Capitol South, go up to the Capitol Hill Club, do their thing, film them with Freytag low-light cameras, and then write my own check. I could write my own check as they leave. I could write my own check for the congressman of what I want, and then just send a check. Congressman, do you object? No, you don't. Okay, great. $70 million later, 274 rides of the Metro, and this is just the ones we know about. The people coming forward, not necessarily the victims, or quote-unquote victims. The people that are coming forward are not necessarily the victims in these 274 cases. So that's going to be a big news when that thing hits. Is Adam Schiff releasing the fund? No, he just wants to play the cards one at a time. Does he want to put all 52 cards or 274 cards from the victims' fund on the table? No, he just wants to keep those girls coming on that Blue Line. This is where I've been for the last 120 days. I think I've done my human intelligence gathering here. Been here a lot. Okay? So I think I know from firsthand eyesight what is going on. So that's always kind of fun. Let's go to the shared Dropbox, because we had the shared Dropbox, this 123mail.house.gov. Judge, I only need to see the metadata. Just show me those mail headers of 123mail.house.gov. Just need to do a request for admission. Did anyone share this? Did anyone have shared access to this? Did Andrew McCabe have shared access to 123mail.house.gov? Did Andrew McCabe have shared access to Peter Strokes at FBI.gov? We'll find that out. Easy questions to answer. Easy questions. Okay, so I comment here a little bit about the Gulf-Tainer deal. Somebody sent in all the great things about Dr. Jafar, how he was working with nuclear materials and coming up with a beach ball nuclear bomb and all sorts of things. And that's the guy you want to have control of Port Canaveral and, hint, hint, whisper, whisper, the port of Jacksonville and Tampa, okay? And if that wasn't enough, we'll keep them in check by having a Russian company named Club K, like Circle K cruise lines, but this is Club K. This is actually a Russian partner that makes concealed weapon systems and arsenals for shipping containers. You can bring a whole navy in, and a whole land swift attack force in on these shipping containers. The whole invasion can be concealed within these shipping containers. That's who I want running the port of Canaveral. Okay, as we move through here, this is going to be Zebley. This is Aaron Zebley. Now, there was an Aaron Zebley also on the staff. Fox broke this last night. If you're a congressman up on Capitol Hill, which would you break to? Who would you give the lead to? Would you give it to Fox News, or would you give it to me? I'd give it to Fox News every time. I'm out of control. I'd give it to Fox News every time, which is great. It's just great that Tucker gets to break these. And as long as I stay a little bit ahead, they'll keep giving them to Fox, which is great. The Aaron Zebley's dad maybe worked on the Watergate Committee. Let's check it. Did Aaron Zebley's dad work on the Watergate Committee? Is that how she knew Hillary Clinton? He knew Hillary Clinton? Maybe. Want to check it? Let's check it. So, Zebley. Don't forget Zebley. Oh, by the way, was he an FBI agent before? Did he have 2 tours at the FBI? Yeah, he did. He he's going to be Peter Strokes, okay? He's going to be one of the Peter Strokes. He's going to have access to the Peter Strokes shared Dropbox, and he's also going to be stroking for Peter Strokes for Andy and the gang. Andy and the gang are going to see live. Andy and the gang are going to see live all the strokes, all the keystrokes from the Mueller meetings. There are going on. Okay, so let's look at the background of Peter Burgess. Peter Burgess he's a good guy, Peter Burgess. He's integrated malaria management. I would want to be a part of that, especially if I was doing an Africa fund. If I had a fund that was dealing with the Clinton Foundation, I'd want that. Community analytics, sure. Yeah, I'd want to be able to do State Department studies. Yeah, we'll see. Let's look into Peter Burgess. He's going to be very, very interesting. Okay, so there's a couple of pictures. These may or may not be Peter Burgess. Burgess Management, 1998 to 1997. Who knows? This could be the father, Peter Burgess. This could be the son. Similar shape of the chin, if you notice. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? So we don't know if those are Peter Burgess or not. Here we go, though. AfriFund. You've got to have an African fund. You haven't made it in your Virginia suburb unless you have an Africa charitable foundation to your name, okay? So, and then down here, we're going to have Burgess Management again. Okay, great. We're going to get more information about Burgess. There's that community analytics, and there's that microfinance focus. We always want to be a part of a microfinancing scheme. People don't necessarily want to do what you want them to do unless you have them under your thumb with a little bit of loan sharking. Okay, I'm not saying that's what microfinancing is, but it turns out the rates are around 174% a year. So let's move down a little bit further and look at some of the other things we've been doing. Teresa Grafenstein, have you ever met Laura Everly? Laura Everly, have you ever met Teresa Grafenstein? One of the things MicroPact can be used for is EEO management. Laura Everly managed EEO. We'll see. Just a good question to ask. Request for admissions. That's how it works. Okay, so, hey, remember when we went down to the Marriott? Jaquaya's brother worked, Malik Robertson. Remember when he worked down there right across the press club, right across from the White House? That Marriott? Let's see if any of the congressmen that just have been gotten rid of through these payouts ever went to the Marriott down there. We have the Capitol Hill Club on that end of Pennsylvania Avenue. We have the Marriott at the other end. We'll see if the Freytag low-light cameras ever went down there. And we're going to see about these Nikitas. We're going to call them Nikitas because Putin called them Natashas. Our program we came back with was the Nikitas. Let's see if there's any Nikitas in Congress that are getting on that train in Springfield and coming out to the Capitol South exit to Capitol Hill Club. And Jaquaya, are you out there? Jaquaya is going to be the key to this whole case for unleashing this slush fund. There he is. There's another Peter Burgess. We don't know if it's Peter K. Burgess or Peter C. Burgess. We'll find out. He's 56. He's Falls Church. We know that there's a CIA car dealership in Falls Church. So we'll see if that's Peter Burgess or not. We don't know. So we'll see if it is or it isn't. So I'm trying to go through really quickly, and I'm speaking in animated fashion in order to go through it quickly. Here's Peter Strokes' car. You get an Infiniti G37 when you play the role of Peter Strokes. Peter Strokes is keystrokes. Peter Strokes is keystrokes. You heard it here first. There's your VIN number for your G37 convertible. So I also printed a lot of Hina Halvey bankruptcies all over the country. They're in Florida. They're in California, they're in New York, they're all over the place, and same thing for Muhammad A. Awan, Ashraf Awan, Mahmoud Awan, etc. Printed a whole bunch of these last night, printed a whole bunch of them so people can look at them. But kind of looks like I'm taking some dead person's social security number. I'm actually running up a bill, filing bankruptcy on that, and then establishing that as my social security number. Then I'm getting a visa, and then I'm getting a passport, and then I'm getting a duplicate passport printed out for me courtesy of the Kingston State Department passport printer repair center. That's going to be all for this morning. I'm going to do a little bit of a field trip, but that's just a quick flyby survey of all the different stories we're covering here at the News Center, not far from the heart of Fox News.